How's it going? Naomi Rick here from Oh Me, Oh My Makeup, which is my Instagram handle. So if you'd like to check out more makeup I do on the regular, please check it out. I'll have that link down below. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. Today is going to be an updated Shop My Stash. What I have been doing is having a monthly makeup bag. Products that I pull out of my makeup stash, put into a little monthly makeup bag, and then I really concentrate on using those products throughout a month or 2 months. This past one was 2 months ago. So then I can actually really get my thoughts collected on these products, decide which ones I like, which ones I don't, and declutter the ones I do not. I want a collection of products that I just love. Every single time I grab them, I absolutely love how they look. So if you like videos on makeup collections and actually using up your products, then please subscribe to my channel. I think you would really enjoy my videos. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the products that were in my past Shop My Stash makeup bag, and then I will show you products I'm going to be either decluttering or keeping, and I'll show you the products I'm going to be moving into my Shop My Stash. So I actually used up all of the primers that I had in my Shop My Stash, the previous one, so I brought a new one in the middle of it, and I brought in my Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I have had this for quite some time, so I wanted to finish it up. It's down to about here, but as I was using it, it started really interacting with my foundation. And I thought maybe it was just me. But then my sister came over and she tried it and she's like, what's going on with my makeup? And on her nose it had separated. So I am not sure if this primer is expired or if it just didn't work for me. I don't remember really paying much attention to it. And that's the problem with having so many different products open at once, is because you don't really concentrate or pay attention to what you're using and how it works with other foundations. That is why I like this series that I'm doing, because I'm using products consistently with different techniques, different foundations, different primers and concealers. I like getting a feel for the products that I like. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this out. I'm not sure if it's expired or if it just doesn't work, but it really looks bad under my foundation, and it wasn't super hydrating. So I'm going to declutter that. The two concealers that I had in here was the Milani, which I put that back in my collection, and then I had the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. You know, this is just not a great concealer for me. It's super heavy for my under eyes. It creased. It didn't last very long, so I'm going to declutter that. The two lip products I had was the Bite Beauty. This is the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouge Liquefied Lip in Caramelized. I'm going to declutter it. It looked really bad on my lips. The lipstick is Laura Geller Tribeca Tan. Didn't like this at all, so I'm going to declutter both of those. The foundation that I had was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. Beautiful, literally top 5 foundations. I love this. This is gorgeous. It doesn't last the longest, but if you're looking for something really luminous, really beautiful looking, that doesn't have to last too long, this one is perfect. And I have it in the color Shell Ivory, which is perfect for my skin tone when I'm pale. I'm starting to get a little bit more sun. I actually got sunburned the other day, which is terrible. I shouldn't have done that, but it was like the first really beautiful day, and we were all riding our dirt bikes and just kind of lazing around the yard, so it was really fun. But because I did get sunburnt, this isn't going to work for me as much, so I'm going to have to go get a summer shade. So the two highlighters that I've had consistently in my Shop My Stash, so the one is my ColourPop Lunch Money Super Sock Cheek Highlighter. You know, I continue to use this. I'm not going anywhere, but honestly, I was thinking about it. I've had this now for probably about 5 years. It's time to declutter. I have just other highlighters that I like better, the tone-wise. I love ColourPop Super Shock Cheeks. They are my absolute favorite highlighter formula, but I like Flexitarian and I like On the Cusp better. They work better for my skin tone. They're a little bit more on the dramatic side. This is a bit more on the natural side, and because I do really like super over-the-top highlighters, I'm just going to declutter this and then be able to use my other ones. Also, my Sleek highlighter palette in Solstice. You know, these are such finely milled highlighters. They really are, but they're so light. Even at my lightest, I felt like they were almost too light for my skin. They are really pretty, but I feel like, I don't know. I think I'm going to keep them. They're definitely not my favorite. You know, I used to absolutely love it. They look beaming on my hand. They're not my favorite highlighters. I probably will keep it. They are gorgeous for an inner highlight. Actually, I'll apply one right now. I'm a huge fan of this palette for your face, but they are a really beautiful inner corner highlight. I'll show you. Like, it is just extremely beaming, but for some reason when it's on my face, I'm just not a huge fan of it. So there you go. That's really pretty. So I will just put this in my collection, but I'm going to take it out of my Shop My Stash. So next is my Ace Beauty eyeshadow palettes. I am not a huge fan of these. I'm actually really glad I tried them because there was another palette from them that I really wanted, but I'm just not a huge fan of the formula. The mattes are not super blendable. They start getting muddy. The metallics are like a thick, chunky, flaky metallic. If you apply it with your fingers or with a wet brush, they look nice, but they're just not my favorite. But I will keep them because they are pretty unique color stories, and I'm going to take them out of my Shop My Stash. Alright, so I did finish up my ColourPop Piggy Bank eyeliner. I love their eyeliners. They're my favorite colored eyeliners. They're super inexpensive, and they have tons of really neat, unique colors, and I loved this purple. It really made my eyes pop out. So I will be repurchasing more. I think they are now able to ship, so I will probably jump on their website and buy a few, but I absolutely love this one. I'm going to be decluttering my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Translucent Powder. I'm not a huge fan of translucent loose powders. I feel like it takes away my coverage. It's too cakey for me, so I'm going to declutter this, give it to someone else that might actually use it. And then I'm also going to be decluttering the Physicians Formula Natural Defense. I got this to replace my Wet n Wild pressed powder, but this is just really, really heavy and super powdery. You can see I've made a divot in it. I did use it quite a lot, but it is so powdery, and it's just a really, really thick, I mean, you can, oh, there you go. You can see. It is such a thick powder. It just is too heavy, way too heavy for my skin. And then the scent is really intense. It's super fragrance, like a heavy perfume. So I'm going to declutter that. This is my Flower Beauty Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer. I already broke the lid and I haven't even used it very much, which is disappointing. But I am not a huge fan of this. I'm going to keep it because I think maybe it'll be better during the summer, but it is super warm. And it didn't look great. It didn't make me feel happy to use, but I will keep it just as like a backup bronzer, but it was not my favorite. So I'm going to be decluttering quite a bit out of my previous bag, but that's just what this series is for, is to go through and really, really try my makeup and know what I love and know what I don't and get rid of it. And that makes me happy because I do want just like a very small collection of products that I just absolutely love. To replace those products, I am going to be bringing in 2 primers. First primer is my First Solid Liquid Glass. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I have used quite a little bit of it, but I haven't used it that many times, so I feel like you're going to go through this pretty fast. It is not my favorite primer, but I do want to continue using it with different foundations to kind of see the wear and everything of it. And then I have my Rimmel Fix and Perfect Makeup Primer. Just looks like this. It is down to about here, so it's almost gone, so I figured I could probably just finish it up this month. The base products I'm going to be bringing in is my Catrice HD Coverage Light Beige Foundation. This is quite a mattifying second skin effect type foundation. It is pretty full coverage. It is the one I have on today. It can be a bit drying during the winter, but now that we're going into summer, it's starting to get warm. I can actually wear this for my skin, especially with like the liquid glass. Something that's a little bit more hydrating. It makes this foundation look so gorgeous. I really enjoy this foundation. And then the concealer I'm going to use is my E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I do want to just continue wearing this one. It's a really beautiful and inexpensive drugstore hydrating medium to full coverage concealer, so I do really like that. I'm also going to be bringing in my NYX Born to Glow concealer because this is a beautiful color for me. It is in the color Fair. It works really well for my skin tone. And then I'm going to bring in my Ciate London Everyday Vacation Coconut Setting Powder. This is a coconut scented loose setting powder, which like I just said, I'm not a huge fan of, but I do want to continue trying them because they're in my collection. I don't want to just get rid of it just because it's a loose setting powder. Maybe I'll find one that's just amazing for my skin and I'll really enjoy it. I am going to be bringing in a blush, which I haven't done before, really, but I'm going to bring in my Milani Baked Blush in Luminosa. This is an all-time cult YouTube favorite blush. It is gorgeous. I remember when I first started watching YouTube back 7 years ago, and everyone was talking about this blush. It is a really beautiful peachy luminous blush, but I do feel this is the second one I've owned, and I do feel like maybe they changed the color because now it's a bit more powdery than I remember, and it's a little less pigmented. So I'm not sure if they changed the formula or what, but I did want to try this out just to make sure I still love it as much as I used to. Because then if I don't, I will go ahead and just declutter this. And then 2 products in my collection that I absolutely love, but I run through so fast. But I've had these 2 in my collection for a while because I hit pan and I just stopped using them. But it is my Wet n Wild Mega Contour Palette. I love these little tiny palettes. They're so good. The brightening powder is incredible. The bronzers are really nice, and for the price, you just can't go wrong. So I just need to finish these up because I have hit pound on both of the brightening powders. I have good divots in the bronzer powders. I do go through these super quick, so I know they're a product that I can finish up. But I do wish they had the brightening powder alone, because the bronzers are really good, but I have other bronzers I like, but these brightening powders are without a doubt the best brightening powders I've tried so far. So I'm going to bring both of those in. I know I can finish those up. And then for my lips, I'm going to be bringing in these small, tiny NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. I bought a set quite a while back, and then I actually remember that I had it. So I'm going to finish those up. Some of my favorite colors are London and Cairo. These two together make the most beautiful ombre lip look. And then I have Barcelona, which is a really beautiful red. I figured I could start wearing that because we're getting into spring and summer. And then Abu Dhabi is a really beautiful pinky nude. So I'm going to finish those up. They're just tiny, so I know I could finish those up out of my collection. I am still working on my brown and my nude eyeliner. I know I can finish these up. I'm just going to continue using them. Also, my lip liners, I still have those. I need to finish those up. The problem with lip liners is I have found my absolute favorite lip liners ever, and I like them with every single lip color. So trying to use those instead of the one that I love is so difficult for me, because I just want to use what I know I love. So for eyeshadows, I'm going to bring in two very colorful eyeshadow palettes, because I have been in a bit of a rut and liking a little bit more neutral eyeshadow looks, even though today is not neutral. So I just want to push myself back into really enjoying my colorful looks like I used to do. So this is the Violet Voss Flamingo palette. I absolutely love this palette. It is gorgeous. It has tons and tons of different really beautiful, springy, bright, colorful tones. And then I'm going to bring in my Certified Tropic Wonder palette. I love the different colors in here. They aren't the best formula in the world, but they are pretty good. So I'm going to bring this in to add some accent colors to this palette. And I think that is it for my updated Shop My Stash. I'm really going to concentrate on using these products up and actually getting a feel for all of them. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.